Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nasiat. So, me together with my teammates been brainstorming and talking about geopolitics during this project. So, when we say geopolitics, it's logical to assume that it comes from two words, geography and politics. Well, coming together, it comes to the point that geopolitics is basically about political power in relation to the geographic space, which is land, waters, and people. So our topic is geopolitics, or apolitically political things. So considering that three geographic indicators, along with military power and also economic influence, there is a ranking of main actors, or the main countries who influence the world mostly. So the USA comes first, with its dominant economic and military power. China is the second, as it's the most populous country and also the largest economy. Russia is the third, the world's largest country by land. And the India comes first. It's a very diverse and fast-growing economy. France, together with Germany, take fifth place. It's the world's oldest nations and also very rich in culture and history. And UK being the last one. It's a highly developed nation with its imperialistic past. So now we're not just listing down the countries, but also showing the power one over another. So while one of these countries, or while some of these countries would like to maintain their power or even increase their power, there is some sort of a competition or tension is occurring. So that tension, when we look on a global scale, creates some sort of a hotspots or actual conflicts that are happening in the world. So we have listed down and identified 7 of them, which are the South China Sea, Eastern Europe, Middle East, border region between India and China, Sub-Sahara, Arctic, and Latin. So I would like to focus more on the first two. So South China Sea, or so-called the first island chain. It's a concept that was created during the Cold War. The chain itself, it starts from the Kuril Islands and also includes some islands of the Japan, Philippines, and the island Taiwan itself. So it's basically the conflict between two countries, which are China and the USA. While the USA would like to expand its western borders, China would like to take dominance over that region. And specifically the Taiwan itself, because Taiwan, as you can see, it's located exactly at the midpoint between that chain itself. So it has very strong strategic importance. And the question will be, well, who will rule over that region, or who would rule the world? So when it comes to Arctic, the problem is that the ice is melting. So you can see that the ice has been melting since 1979 until nowadays. And well, it creates, the fact that the ice is melting creates more sea vessels and more sea communication for the countries that share the border with the Arctic oceans. Primarily it's Russia, USA, and Canada. As you can see, Russia has much stronger Arctic army, both in number and also capacity. Like, they actually have ships that can go through the ice and break it and go whenever it wants, while the Canadian and the USA ships are just sailing along the shores only. So the truth is, everybody is just hoping for the more of a diplomatic way of resolution. So coming to the conclusion, probably we all think that why this is not something we should be worried about. I mean, we are not politicians by ourselves. It's not in our area of interest. But I think the most important point that we are missing and we always forget is that it's not just a land that is being stolen, or we are stealing one from another, like in case of Taiwan, but it's also we are stealing the culture, the people, and the identity. It's not the fact that the ice just melting, which is a result of the global warming, and we as humans also contributed and facilitated. So, and we actually have seen the cause of it. I mean, just recall your last summer with the strongest heat waves. So I think these two different yet very similar examples we can use as a great discourse to analyze in what kind of future we would like to live in. Thank you.